Hello, you're watching the Haunted Channel, and today what I'm making a video on is an unboxing review of Party City, new for 2024, Terrifier 2 Animatronic Pale Girl. So, if you haven't seen my Art the Clown video, which I did first, he's standing right here, I recommend go checking that out. And kind of like him, I got this one in September, and I just haven't gotten around to opening her up, so we're gonna go ahead and check this out. And I do know that Party City has now gone out of business, unfortunately, for a couple months now. So I got this before, you know, everything was announced. And I had a coupon at the time that Party City sent me, so I got a discount on her, which is great. I never really actually seen her set up in person. My store, this is the only one I've seen, like, in the store, like, not set up, obviously, so when I saw this, I knew I had to grab it because it was the only one I saw during the whole season at any of my Party Cities. And obviously it's brand new in the box, so I have not seen her actually set up or in action yet. So this will be cool. And this one's made by Seasonal Visions. They had Art the Clown to go with her at Party City, but I definitely think the Spirit one's better. So let's get everything out of here. Her instructions are at the top, but yeah, I'll kind of show you. This is what we're looking at right here. So let me go ahead and pull everything out. Starting here, we got the possum, which is essentially just like a stuffed animal. It doesn't really have any eyes either. So yeah, it's like just a stuffed animal possum basically. We got a couple foam padding here. Adapter. Let's see what else I can get out. The clothing. Folds. It's kind of just jammed together for the most part. Let's see what else I can get out. Here we have one of our arms. And this looks to be the animated arm that will swing the possum around. Let's see what else I can get out of here. Here's the other arm that waves. So both her arms will move, which is pretty neat. And this Art the Clown obviously waves too, so they kind of do make a great pair. One of her legs. The other one. All the stuff is just stuck together, but let's see. Yeah, it looks like things are zip tied, but what we have here is the base. Here's the controls. And then it looks like the head's in here too. So I will go ahead and cut these off, and then I'll lay them out so you get a better look at them. Alright, so here's the parts laid out. I know we already kind of went over them, but just quickly go through these again. There's stuffed animal possum, foam padding, legs, adapter, base, the two arms, holes, costume, her mechanism, and then here's the head. Let me take it out of the bag, and the sensor is also attached here as well. But yeah, here's her head, and it seems pretty good, pretty neat. So I think this one came out pretty good. But anyways, I'll put her together and I'll come right back. So before I go in the actual prop, I'll just go over the box quickly. It says Damien Leone's Terrifier 2, Little Pale Girl. This is like a minor spoiler if you guys haven't seen the third one, but in case you haven't and you've only seen the second one, the Little Pale Girl only appears in the second one. For some reason, she doesn't appear in the third one. I've seen all three of the Terrifiers that came out so far, but I don't really recall her character dying, but for some reason, she just did not appear in Terrifier 3. I don't know if she'll come back for the fourth one, we'll have to see, but so far, she was only in the second one. But she was a neat character. So yeah, she stands about 4 feet as it says there. Tells what she does. It even has a little photo art right there, pretty neat. And it just has like the basics on what she does, and like the spirit props, and also the scan video thing. The sides are pretty much all the same. Yeah, the top's just red, and so is the bottom. So yeah, you see the background there, which is pretty similar to the box of the spirit art, because after all, it's Terrifier, so it makes sense that they're going to be pretty similar design-wise for the boxes. And here she is all set up. It looks great, and she makes a great pair of art here. So they look really neat together. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and demo her first, and then I can get into an in-depth review. So let's see how she works. Should be motion activated. Right there's the sensor. I'll go ahead and do her one more time. So yeah, as you can see, she works great, and she has a lot of great animation. So we'll start off with that. So first of all, her head leans side to side kind of slowly, and it's not really constant. So the way she does it is actually pretty neat, kind of creepy. Because if you were just like to look at the head, honestly, it's like you wouldn't really be able to tell the way that it goes side to side. It kind of looks like it would just stay straight. But the side to side feature of her head is really neat. Her hand waves, which I said earlier, if you match it with this Art the Clown, which I think is definitely better than the Party City one, they both wave at you, so it's kind of cool. They match up like that. The possum arm swings constantly, which is pretty cool. Kind of like dangles in there. And then, of course, her body turns side to side. So she has a lot of animation. And on top of that, her eyes grow yellow. Obviously, you don't have to plug them if you don't want to. But yeah, and then her audio is just like music, which I think is pretty neat. Like I said, I explained this in Art's video, but both her and Art, they do not speak or make noise at all in the movies. So that's why they don't have actual phrases. So I think the music just fits nicely with her. Of course, the Party City art is bloody like her. This one is not, but you can customize it to be bloody. But yeah, this one already comes with blood on the clothes and a little bit on the hands there. She also retailed for $175, which honestly isn't terrible, but I had a coupon at the time, so I got her for an even better deal, which is awesome. This is also the second female clown animatronic we got. First one being Harriet Hustle, but the only difference is that this one's licensed. But it's still cool that because she's just a neat character, and seeing like a female clown just in general and even in a film is pretty neat, just because it's different because we get so many male clowns. But yeah. And one thing about this animatronic to be cautious of is the wires for the head and the possum arm, because they're color-coded the same. So you kind of just, I don't know if there's really any way to indicate which one's which. So I think it's more of a guess, because it wouldn't really necessarily harm the item wherever you plug it in. The way I had it was the proper way, but if you were to switch them, so instead of the head going slow, it would be constant. And then the possum would just go here and there. So they'd have opposite movements, if you know what I mean. Which, I think that's kind of a stupid design. They should have at least been different colors, so you know which is which. But the proper way, which is how I had it, just looks better anyways. Going like slowly, and then this is just kind of going rapidly. But, yeah, it's kind of weird that they did that. So, I got it right at least. And, yeah, so I guess that's just something to really look out for when assembling this prop. Another issue, what kind of issue with her is the costume is kind of small, what I mean by that is, especially with the legs here, getting the costume over these foam pads was it's a very tight fit, and then getting these shoes over it was as well. And same with the arms, it was a pretty tight fit. So the sleeves and the pants, they are pretty tight to go around that. So you kind of just have to like push it through. It might take a little bit, but yeah, it was kind of annoying. So she stands about, let's say, around, I'd say a little less than 5 feet. You can see Art is around 6 foot, so you can see the size difference here. So yeah, she's a little under 5 feet, but you know, she's supposed to be little in the movie, so I'd say it's pretty high accurate. Her detail's great. She's made out of a nice hard plastic for the hand, or the head, I should say. The hands, they're a little bit thinner plastic, but they're still not horrible. But the head is made really well, so that's nice. And obviously, it won't rot because it's not latex. It's not 100% movie accurate, especially when it comes to the costume, because her costume, she's supposed to have short sleeves in the movie, but on the prop you can see they're long sleeves. They kind of like cut off there, and that just adds additional stitching. So realistically in the movie, it would end at this piece, and then this would just show her normal bare arms. But it's an animatronic, I'll let it pass, because sometimes it might be hard just to show like full plastic arms, I guess. So it's not like a huge deal, but it's not 100% movie accurate if you want to be a critic about it. But obviously she looks fine, so I'm not really gonna complain about that. But as an animatronic though, she does look good for what she is. And she has a lot of nice detail. Her hair is styled like it is in the movie, where it has like a little ponytail on the side, and then this one's straight, like she has like messy hair. And yeah, like I said about this possum, there was a possum scene in Terrifier 2, if you haven't seen it. It was just supposed to be a dead possum, but on this prop, it's like just a stuffed animal plush, like I mentioned earlier. One thing I will add, since it's supposed to be a dead possum, maybe they could have added some blood on it, because it just looks like she's holding a stuffed animal, honestly. But I guess the possum is a nice touch for that one scene in the movie, so yeah, she has blood on her hand there. But yeah, the costume's 2 pieces, as you can see there. Pom-poms, like I said, the sensor's there. It's a nice IR sensor. She's not sound activated, but IR sensor works great. She has the typical modes. She has a sensor mode, normal off, and then a step pad / tri-me mode. So yeah. And then these are plastic as well. But yeah, I'll show a little bit of the controls inside of her if I can. So here we are looking at the inside of her, and it's just the basics. You know, you can see the motors there for the body and whatnot. The motors are inside the hand, so I can't really show you that too well. Here's the head. Can't really show the mechanism in there too well either. But yeah, there's the tri-me jack. The adapter, she only takes adapter, and she has a volume control, which is great. So you can control the volume there, your speaker. I mean, it's not really much to it, but I just thought I'd show you what I could. So yeah, it's a little bit of a look inside of her, and all her wires too. And yeah, you can see what I was talking about. See, so here's the wires for the head, and that's the wires for the possum arm. They're really like the same colors, so yeah, you're gonna basically have to guess which one it is, because it really doesn't tell you. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I gotta really say about it. You can see a nice detail on the face. Her eyes look pretty realistic. Like I said, you don't have to plug them in if you don't want to, for them to light up. But yeah, overall, she's pretty true to her character in the movie. She's definitely done a lot better than the art they had at Party City. She actually came out well. The art there, just, I don't know, didn't really come out the greatest, but at least we had the Spirit one. And yeah, she is made by Seasonal Visions, if I haven't said that already. And he's YJ. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I really got to say about her. She's a pretty cool one. And as I said earlier, Party City, he's out of business now. So I don't think she'll be back at other stores. I mean, she could, but I don't think they're going to bring her back as far as I know. So she's probably just gonna be a Party City exclusive just for that last year, I guess. But I'm glad I got her when I did. So, very happy. And yeah, they make a cool display together. So with that being said, I think that's all I gotta say about the little pale girl from Terrifier. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.